Hello, my name's Betty Frank. I'm coming to you from the Plains Public Library, and today I'm going to make this delightful little gnome. So there's a kit available at the library that you can register and pick up, and it will include a piece for the hat and his beard, and this covers his body, which is his little cocktail cup, and his nose. So it's very simple. You do need a glue gun. If for some chance you don't have a glue gun, you could try the glue. It's just not going to set as fast as the glue gun. I suppose you could try stitching by sewing the hat, and you could sew this covering on. You would still need to glue on the beard and his little nose. So I have this low tip glue gun here, which works pretty well. You just got to be careful not to over glue and burn your fingers, which is easy to do at this first step when we're going to make the hat. I'm going to start just a little glue at the top to get the point, and get that over there. Make it into a little triangle. Then we'll glue the rest down. And if you aren't happy with your point, you can always add a little pom-pom at the top, or a little decorative piece. Now we're going to go right along the edge to glue the rest down. There we go. And there's his hat. So we're going to set that aside, and we're going to cover this cup. It'll be turned upside down, so the white part is at the bottom. And first we want to pick up our felt and just get it positioned so that it covers properly, and it's going to have maybe a half an inch at the bottom that's going to be tucked in. So see how that meets at the top and the bottom pretty well, and then there's enough room to tuck in. So once you've got it positioned, lift up the one side, and you're going to put glue right on the cup underneath that edge, because we want it to adhere to the cup first. Get that down. Now you can pull it tight and put glue on the other underside. Grab that around. There we go. Now, you don't need to worry about doing anything special with the top. It's going to just come up above the cup, and that'll be covered by his hat. I'm going to give this another dab of glue. So now we're going to tuck this other part neatly inside the cup. Get all this glue off of my fingers. So just go around and a little dab of glue and turn under and just work your way around. Okay. You probably don't want to put glue on all at once because the glue sets pretty quick. You want to put the felt on it right when it's really hot. And you don't have to worry about what it looks inside, because no one's going to be looking in there. There we go. And you get these little strings of glue, you just pull them off, straighten it up afterwards. So that was easy enough. So Now for the character piece. He's got his curly beard. Now, if you're going to be buying fabric to make other gnomes, I will share with you that if you make a larger gnome and you want the faux fur, it's pretty pricey. So when I was shopping, I found this, it's a little curly faux fur that was quite a bit less than the other. And I thought it worked just fine for our little guy. So you want to find where the top of the cup is, and that's where the beard is going to be attached. You want it directly across from where the seam in the back is. So go ahead and position that where you want it. Yep, see, it hangs down just about right, so it just touches the table there. Great. So kind of hold on to that with one hand. Pull the top back a little bit so you can put some glue on it. I'm going to put the glue directly on the underside of the beard. Part of it, lift it up. The rest. Okay. There. Look at that. I tell you, it's fun to play with that beard. Just fluff it and all right, he's getting his character. So now we're going to put the hat on. Pull some of these glue strings off. Here comes his hat. I'm going to add a little more glue to my hat. I was a little too sparing. That said, looks like I need some more glue in my gun. Just set that hat right on there. Get some more glue warmed up here. So before we glue down his hat, we need to put on his nose. And I'm using these little wooden beads, which I think work really well. You want the nose to pop up underneath the hat. That gives him character. You want the hat to be just kind of falling down over his nose. So, in the center of your gnome, figure out where that's going to be. Okay, up in there. Up. Okay. The other thing you want to be aware of, because it's a bead, you've got that hole in there. So you want that so it doesn't show. Let's get that probably right up in there. So what you're doing is just finding the location that you want it. The hat isn't glued yet. Pull the hat off. I'm going to put a dab of glue there. I'm going to angle it so that this bottom hole is against. The hat will cover this one because we don't want that to show. So lift it up. Good glob of glue. Put that right down in there. Add a little extra glue. We want that to set good. Glue is not. Here we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to set his hat on. I want to pull it down. So when you glue this, we're going to glue it so it covers, like so. We're getting there. So now it's just a matter of carefully gluing the hat. I'm going to start with putting a little glue around this edge. Putting the hat down. Hold on to that for a moment. Put a little glue over here, right at the top of that beard. All right, and now I'm gonna put some glue in the back here. I overlapped a little bit extra there, not intentionally, but that made my hat a little bit tighter. So be aware of that when you're making your hat. Oops, pulled it off the nose. I guess we need to put a drop up there. Trying to get my new glue in the gun. It's not cooperating. All right, let's get a drop on this nose here. There we go. Oh, I need another glue there. Yeah, so just keep working on the front so you get everything covered well, and then work on that back. The most important part is getting this front. Scrunch his head down there. Fluff up his beard. And there he is. Your little winter friend. I hope you enjoy making some gnomes. You can experiment with different size cups. You'll see when you look on the internet, there's all kinds of different gnome designs out there. You can play with a pattern maybe you like on the hat and embellish. You can embroidery on his hat. All kinds of fun things you can do. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.